I have coffee. It's all good.
Good.
Mug was 90% off.
Oh, very good.
That's how I roll.
Bear with me as I set everything up here. Can you hear that?
I did. It went ka-ching.
Ha ha. Sorry, everybody. We are here. All right, get out of here, please. How many people we got in here? Anybody still here? 10 people watching, even though I'm 10 minutes late. Okay, so my wife was doing a lot. Sorry, I'm all frazzled right now. A thing for school. She was on Skype, finishing her final project. So thank you everybody for bearing with us. Because this is her last class. She's about to finish college, and it's a big deal around the Boss household. Let me switch this up real quick, and then we will get into it. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm a little frazzled, but that's okay. Let me pull this up. And a bammo. Okay. All right. Everybody ready? All right. We lost somebody. Oh, Kathy. Hey, how you doing? Kathy, how you doing? Brenda, how you doing? Becky, how you doing? Sasha, how you doing? Jenny, how you doing? Okay. All right, I have my coffee. I'm ready. I am going to start this up right now. Hey, everybody, we are live. What's up, my friends? We are live from sunny Florida, where it's always garage sale weather, and there is always deals to be had. I am your host, Tony Boss, aka the Profit Boss. I am also the leader of the Facebook group, The Complete Reseller, or TCR for short. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in tonight. We are super excited to have our special guest, Maddy Strauss. How you doing, Maddy?
I'm doing great, Tony.
All
How
right.
you doing?
How you doing? Maddy is from
How
where?
you doing? I'm from Brooklyn,
Brooklyn.
New York.
Who knew? All right. So tonight we're going to learn a little bit about Maddy. We're going to do a little Q&A. We will learn a little bit about her group. I'm really excited about the idea about her group. I think it's a really cool concept. An area in which I am not very proficient in. So we'll learn a little bit. We'll cover some of the super sweet sales of the week. We will look through a couple bread and butter items. Cool. Quack Boss just said hello. That's my son right there, Mr. Quack. We will be doing the voting drawing for those of you who performed your civic duty. And last, we will do the TCR promoted seller drawing. All right, peace, man. Peace. Vote. Whoever you vote for, go vote. All right, let me. Maddy, can you use up a little bit of time while I bring up a graphic?
Absolutely. So, hey, everybody, my name is Maddy, and I am actually from, you guessed it, Brooklyn, New York. Shock of shockers. Hello, Quack Boss. I live here with my husband, Mr. Thrifty, and my son, Tiny. We call him Tiny because my 14-year-old is actually 6 feet tall with size 13 feet. So it is very, very important to save as much as possible because, as my husband says, if we keep feeding him, he will keep growing. So we have some room for growth. How'd I
Excellent.
do filling time, Tony?
That's perfect. So,
Yay!
was that the part where where I asked you to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, that was like a teaser to tell you about myself.
All right.
What I can also
Please.
share is that I have been a couponer, a money saver, penny pincher person for the last 25 plus years. And I have always tried to make it go as far as possible so I can put the money where I need to, like when the contractor tells you that you need a brand new $6,000 front door. Like really happened in my family, and Tony did not put in that door for me, but thanks anyway.
Oh,
Yeah, because life happens when you're making other plans.
it does. I'm sorry I don't live in New York, and I could have done it for way cheaper. But I'm sure there
I'm
was
sure
some
you could.
union crap involved with that, and some
As always.
permits, union nonsense, all of that. That's only
Stop.
half the price.
Stop.
Okay,
It was a 6 foot door. Be nice.
a
Matches
6 foot
my
door.
son.
I couldn't even
No,
fit in there.
it's an arched doorway that's extra wide and extra tall. So it was a custom jobby in New York.
Oh, okay. So it had the arch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your group, the Thrifty Thrifters.
So my goal with the Thrifty Thrifters is to have a place for the reselling community to learn and exchange ideas about how to save money. The more money we save, the more we can funnel into our sourcing, the more we can enjoy ourselves. And the two communities, couponing and saving money in the thrifting community, resellers, really go hand in hand because we're always looking for the best deal possible. And a lot of that comes into play with retail arbitrage as well.
Okay. All right, sweet. So, Maddie, did you put a little a link in there for your
I
group?
did put one up earlier. I can put it up again. This is the
Drop
link
that
to
again.
my group.
Drop that again so we can get you as much exposure as humanly possible. We got 14 viewers. What's up? That's a new record.
Because
So,
there's no World Series game tonight. Because last week I know you had a fabulous guest.
yes, that's right. Oh, okay. So, the first question I have for you, as soon as you're done with that water bottle, or was that coffee?
It's coffee in a 90% off Starbucks cup.
Yes, Thrifty Thrifters in the
Oh,
building.
and the coffee was 75% off. Just putting that out there, folks. So what's your first question, Tony?
My first question to you, Maddie Strauss, is what led you to try your hand at reselling, and how long have you been a seller on the Bay or wherever else?
On the Bay? Well, we go way back to 1999 when eBay was truly the wild, wild west. I dabbled then. I used to go to Sears after Christmas and buy photo mosaic puzzles and list them on eBay. I once found a block of hand paraffin at CVS for 90% off. That was $9.99 and it cost like $6 to ship, which back in those days was a lot of money. I mean, now it would have been, $19 to ship. Right. Because I'm old. So I did it on and off. There was a time a couple years ago it picked up again. I started more seriously this past March. I did some more sourcing. I have a whole house I can source from my couponing and shopping finds. And I've been really trying to get more into it and learn and study.
Very cool. All right.
Somebody falls down in my house.
Say hi.
Hi.
This is Raspberry. Hey, now get out of here. Get out of here. All right. Question Numero dos. That's number two for y'all that don't speak Espanol or Spanish. Um, Maddie, what made you decide to create your group, the Thrifty Thrifters?
So now I'm going to embarrass Tony in front of everybody. You guys ready? This is going to be fun. See, I've always had this concept of the fact that I'm a couponer and a saver, and I love reselling. And what I didn't tell Tony when we talked about the show beforehand, that what really pushed me, I love your face, Tony. It's freaking priceless. What I didn't tell him is that when he started putting up a post in the Complete Reseller, his group, about money saving tips and coupons and how to do things, I was like, wow, that's kind of exactly what I do. So how cool would it be if Tony is thinking about it for me to really use my expertise and learn from others? So Tony, it's all your fault.
Well, I only know just a little tiny bit about that kind of stuff. So, a little do you all know that I don't know everything. And I bring up stuff so that you can have the opportunity to teach me because I still got a lot of learning to do. Um, so that's why I brought that up. Yeah, my wife is amazing at that. You, Maddie, and my wife would probably really get along. Um, this is
Absolutely.
this is the Quack Boss. Hey, Quack Man, get out of here! Get out of here! Okay, sorry. We will be having frequent YouTube star guests appearances. Okay, get out of here. Question number three. Um, tell us three top ways to be a thrifty reseller.
Sure. So the first way, it was actually something that I've been doing for a while, that my friend Scooter, who's in Dom's group, the Reselling Resource Center, he's mentioned about bringing your own reusable bags to estate sales and when you go shopping. It's, of course, environmental friendly. Here in New York City, as of March 1st, 2020, the laws changed for the city of New York, and you're not going to be able to get single-use bags. But my specific reseller trick for this is that when you go to estate sales, garage sales, yard sales, look for the bags. People don't really put much of a value to them. If I've got a pile of stuff that I'm getting ready to deal with the estate sale company and they see some, shopping bags from Trader Joe's or TJ Maxx or just, wherever, they're not going a dollar, a dollar, a dollar. They're like, I'm really glad we don't have to take that to the dumpster. And I instead end up with a whole pile of bags that I can use when I go out sourcing as well as to the supermarket. So that would be my first really big tip.
And you're saving the
You ready
planet.
for number two? And we're saving the planet just because, alligators aren't really pets. So we have to save the planet.
Unless you live in Florida.
That's right. Amen. So tip number two is to try and earn rewards at any chance you get. And supermarkets have reward programs. Everybody's got some kind of point bonus kickback. Most people think about things like airlines. But for me, my favorite point program is Staples Rewards, because I can use their funny money to buy everything from my reseller tools. I actually have a giant roll of corrugated cardboard in my living room that I got for nothing using Staples Rewards, but I can also use it for very wonderful things like toilet paper, which doesn't sound exciting. And yes, Staples toilet paper is more expensive than, say, hey, there you go. I'm going to talk about that. It's more expensive from a price point of view. At the end of the day, if I'm using Staples funny money, then it's not costing me anything. And to earn those rewards, I'm not only making purchases there. Tony, show that picture again. What did you have? I didn't bring my prop.
I'm at my desk, so these are empty printer cartridges.
Right. So Staples will give you $2 for every empty printer cartridge, up to 10 a month for regular Staples Reward members. And
$10.
for Premier members, you can actually recycle up to 20. So in my family, we earn $40 a month in Staples Rewards. And what's also great about Staples is that they price match. In fact, if you come to my group, Thrifty Thrifters, I've got a whole bunch of units about Staples Rewards where you can learn about things like how to cash them in, as well as price matching. And they will price match Amazon as long as it is sold and shipped by Amazon. So when I got my Dymo printer and my labels, I price matched it and I used my rewards and I earned rewards on the purchase and I used a credit card that gave me a kickback. That's a quadruple play right there. And I just want to say a note about credit card points. Credit card points are great. I always want people to remember for credit card points or kickbacks, you have to be prepared to pay off your credit card each month. If
Yeah.
you are paying interest to your credit card company, there's no positive benefit and you're running at a net loss. Quack, 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 boss. Go Quacky. I love Staples Rewards too, Jenny. Um, we choose to use an Old Navy Visa reward card for our major kickbacks because of my 14-year-old I mentioned earlier. It's how we make sure that he doesn't run around Brooklyn, New York naked because he keeps growing and I need to make sure I have clothes for him. So pretty much everything but my mortgage goes on my credit card. We pay off that bill each month. I earn a quarterly bonus because we are Black Visa signature reward holders. And you can actually sell these rewards on eBay.
Yes,
Just
you can.
as a side note, you people flip super cash coupons from Old Navy. The rewards do have to be used by credit card holders, so you have to be careful to phrase that way in your listing. I have sold Torrid coupons and hot cash to stores like that. People will pay a premium for all of these things that you're actually probably getting and throwing away. Staples will send to people coupons for 30 off 60. Don't throw that away. Give that to me. I will put it to good use if you're not. I
Oh,
give you, and I'll hook you up, y'all. I promise. So very cool to be able to do that. And don't forget the price match. So I want to talk just real quick about where to get ink cartridges because a lot of us use thermal printers. So therefore, I mean, do people really have them anymore? Yes. Schools have them. Talk to your friends. I once put it out on Brooklyn Free Cycle that I was looking for empty ink cartridges, and somebody who had an ink cart recycling business had ones that they couldn't put through their system. I met them in the parking lot of a Starbucks.
holy moly.
No, that's my mugs. 90% off, just saying. Um, I met them there and they literally gave me baskets and boxes full of empty cartridges for nothing. Talk to your friends, talk to your families. The worst case scenario is you can buy empty ink cartridges on eBay.
Yes.
So, so as somebody who can recycle 20 carts a month, I need 240 cartridges a year to be able to maximize my benefit. And I usually pay once a year $35 ship for those 240 cartridges. And I do choose to buy what are called OEM or original cartridges, not ones that are second market that are made to be like. Mine are usually Canon or HP made. And they're shipped to me. And every month I do use a supermarket plastic bag because otherwise you get covered in ink, guys. Don't do that. That costs you more money. You pull them out and then you bring them in and they count your cartridges. You'd only need 120 if you're at the base membership. To get to the premier membership, you either have to meet a certain spending threshold or you can pay for more status. Again, though, I do have that information detailed, really laid out in my Facebook group in the units, not just the portion for the price matching, but also I break down staple rewards to make it really nice and easy. Cool.
Dropping knowledge on us. Man.
Dropping knowledge on you. I made notes because I didn't want to embarrass myself.
Yeah.
And that gives a segue to number 3, which is if you're going to shop on eBay, if you're going to shop at all of the major merchants online, my third tip is to make sure that you're earning cash back, not just through possibly your credit card, but through a shopping portal. My portal of choice is called Rakuten, formerly known as Ebates. I swear it's legit. I've been doing it for years. Payout comes either in a big fat check or via PayPal. During the holiday and the fourth quarter, they sometimes do let you cash out for Amazon, which I love because Amazon can bring Pop Tarts to my house in a big box for the 14-year-old, and I don't have to leave. Um, but I love, love, love Rakuten. And they do have a program where if you sign up as somebody's friend, you get a $10 bonus and I get a thank you for referring you. So I'm actually dropping my referral link here in the group. I want everybody to know that it is in fact a referral link. So I like to be honest, but I have a full unit about that in the group as well. And because it's fourth quarter, now is the time to really be doing it and racking it up. There are bonus points for different merchants. Things are going on sale. You'll be able to combine that with coupons and credit cards to really maximize every benefit you can. Black Friday going to be huge with Rakuten. Be prepared, sign up, use my link. So those are my top 3 suggestions for being a thrifty reseller.
Woo! Y'all
How'd
want
I
to
do?
rewind that and write it all down. All right.
Oh, wait, I thought of one other thing.
There's
This
more.
is brand new, hot off the presses. I don't know if you guys saw, but UPS has now partnered with CVS as an access point. So when you order something that's being shipped via UPS, you can have it delivered to an access point. And if you choose CVS, you can earn Target gift certificates. The more stuff you earn, the less money you spend. Or I just read somewhere tonight somebody was sourcing over at Target. Really great opportunities to be making as much money as you can. Sorry, Tony. I
That,
get very
hey, information is welcome here. And you just froze. No, you didn't. Okay, you're back. All right. Go between questions. That's good. Question number 4 is tell us how you use deals and discounts to source retail arbitrage items for retail.
Retail arbitrage items for sales and discounts is really learning about the different store schedules for clearance. For instance, we had Halloween this year on a Thursday. On Sunday, I knew that Rite Aid would be at 75% off for everything, whether it was the hard goods or the candy. They're the last store that still really goes to 75% off. Target caps it at 70. Walgreens sometimes goes to 90% off. They go to 70 and then 90, but by then it's usually candy corn, which is great if you love candy corn. We're not big candy corn people in this household. We do buy a lot of candy. If you come in my group and you see the pictures of the candy that I bought, that's because my husband is a New York City public school teacher and we bribe his colleagues with candy to come to professional development. And that is something that we do out of our own pocket. So if I can buy it at 75% off, it's really important that I can get as much as possible. But also, after every holiday, stores have stock that will be 90% off. Like, did I mention, guys, that this Starbucks mug was 90% off? Because Target stores have Starbucks inside of them, and their seasonal merchandise follows the Target markdowns. So Halloween is almost over. The next one will be towards the end of January. The clearance season for Christmas is the longest because stores carry the most stock. But when we go through, Tony, some of the items of my solds, there's one actually from Target that I can talk to a little bit more about that. The other thing for retail arbitrage is social media. Hashtag, hashtag, hashtag. Hashtag Dollar General deals. Hashtag dollar couponing. Hashtag Walgreens deals. Instagram is very big. There are lots and lots of Facebook groups, but I find all of the best deals on Instagram, and you don't have to you don't have to post. You don't have to like anybody. but make sure that you're on Instagram to follow the deals, especially for Dollar General. For my Dollar General area folks, there's a 5 off 25 coupon every Saturday. You can combine it with other digital coupons to be able to get some great deals. So I think we're ready to move on to talk about the some of the things I sold and the thriftiness,
Yes, this
because
is.
that was settled.
We're going to discuss 3 recent solds and the thriftiness behind them. This is the Dora Butterfly gift wrap 4-sheet vintage American greetings flat wrapping paper. Holy cow! You used every single keyword you could think of, and that's awesome. Tell us
Thank
about.
you. Thank you very much.
Tell us about this.
So I had a card store going out of business near me, which is very sad because the old-fashioned brick and mortar stores are all going. Um, and the best they went to was 75% off, but their flat wrap went to 25 cents a package. Flat wrap is no longer made. For those of you not old enough to remember flat wrap, it's not on a long roll. It's actually sheets of paper folded up in a piece of plastic, and it's much easier to store that way. And it was really popular in the 70s and 80s, so I bought all of their character paper. I paid 25 cents each. I sold 4 of these in this lot for $18.99 plus shipping. My shipping actually works out to be closer to $4. I'm revamping my business model thanks to my dear friend Sasha and some of his thoughts and guidance that I'm going to be building more of my shipping into my product as I learn and grow my business.
And this is
So
perfect since the movie.
always keep your eyes out for going out of business sales. I'm sorry, Tony.
And this one's perfect because the movie just came out for Dora. Pop culture. It's hot right now.
Pop culture, I love you. It's always hot, especially the stuff. I mean, Dora's back, but that was, from when my son was really young and younger. So people like to reminisce.
Yes, they do.
Please, my son is in a freshman in high school and they're learning about heroes and mythology and talking about SpongeBob as it relates to Greek mythology. I am old.
All right, next we have the Halloween Mummy new 10-pin bowling party game, classroom family fun.
So what's really cool about this is if you're familiar with Target does their seasonal lines. Hide and Peak was a line for Halloween 2018. So this was originally marked $10. I paid $1 for it when it went to 90% off. I do pay 8.75% sales tax in the city of New York, but I have a Target Red card. So I save 5%, which helps offset some of the tax. I listed it at $12.99 with best offer, thinking that way I'd be able to bring it down a little bit. I was spot on with the shipping with this. Shipping was $9.65 because of the size of the box that I needed to put it in. This is not heavy. It sold for $12.99 with $10 shipping.
Very nice.
That was a retail arbitrage item. And just because it's Halloween doesn't mean that it doesn't sell. That sold 2 days after Halloween.
Very nice. You get ready for next year. Well, you still got the box.
Absolutely.
I still got my bins out for my Halloween decorations, and I could still buy some stuff and stick them in there. So next,
absolutely,
we have the animated Telco moving light motion at Halloween display witch pumpkin, sold for $75. Woohoo! And $14.35.
Well, I did take a bit of a hit on shipping because this was like the monstrous Franken box I've ever made, and I cried. It took me an hour to make the box, but that was part of the learning experience.
Yes.
I got this at an estate sale. There is an estate sale company where I live where I call them dump and burn sales. They're only 3 hours. They've gone through the house and removed anything that they think of is of extraordinary value to auction. They want to sell as much as they can because there is a dumpster outside. And whatever is left after the 3 hours, they've got a team that's literally going to pull it out and put it in the dumpster. So whatever they get is more than they had. So it's really more of a house cleaning out service than an estate sale. But this was there. It had the original box. I was able to get a video up on my listing. Here's the thing: when I showed the lady my pile, she's like, $75, and I'm like, oh no. So we got to 55, and I had this thing is 24 inches long. Shipped it was 30 inches long. I said, I'm gonna leave this. It's really big. And they were like, just give us $50 and take the witch. I really wasn't trying to get the witch for free. I don't like being, like, well, if I slide this in my back pocket, nobody will see the lady behind the curtain. But I ended up getting that for nothing. So when I paid 35 to ship it, it didn't hurt as much
Didn't hurt.
because it was pretty much pure profit that paid for almost everything else that I bought that day.
Oh, I love that. All right, next we have Right Vintage Plastic Wreath Red Bow Ribbon made in USA. Waterproof. Wait a minute, there's waterproof ribbon?
Yeah, it's basically plastic ribbon.
Oh, well,
There's
makes sense.
thin sheets of plastic that are malleable. I think I said that right. That you can tie into bows and stuff. And this is retro. I found it at a church sale in boxes. I also have velvet ribbon as part of that lot. And I saw them and I knew that there was something special about it and I couldn't comp it. My son was with me. He was getting really cranky. He wanted to go to the bathroom and he wanted chocolate. And he was by the car and he hated that mommy was dragging him around. And I'm feverishly trying to find some kind of comp because there are like 4 big boxes. So I finally go up to them and I fudge a little bit. I'm like, I'm trying to find out if my sister would like these. She's into this. I tell the lady, how much did you want for all of it? And one of the women turns to somebody else and says, sister, sister, how much do you want to sell all the ribbon for? And the nun looks at me and says, $3 takes it all. And I said, what? I gave the nun 6 because at that point I felt really, really, really bad. I have a ton more of this waterproof ribbon. I've already sold 2 lots for it. I do have it listed at $19.99, so I can take best offers at $15. And then it's already paid for itself. Everything else is profit. But the thriftiness of this is that I thought outside of the box. I was even willing to pay up a little bit more than they asked for because I was so embarrassed that the nice Jewish girl from Brooklyn lied to a nun. So there you go, my 4 thrifty items.
How many of these have you sold?
I've sold 2 lots so far, and I've got lots of watchers and interest.
So they've been paid for. All right.
It bought and paid for. Excellent. Absolutely.
Question number 6. Last night, you told me that you went to an eBay sellers meeting. Tell us a bit about what you learned and what connections you might have made while you were there.
Sure. So normally when eBay get-togethers, you're dragging. I don't know. Am I dragging to you?
I don't know. Just roll with it.
I'm rolling. So guys, it was really cool. I don't know if you saw my post date actually put up in Tony's group and a couple of others that I was at the eBay Upfront New York meeting last night. It was held in a loft in Greenpoint, New York. If you're not familiar with Brooklyn, we're talking about Hipsterville. They used to be all big warehouses and now it's all fancy little eateries with tattoo shops. So this was a huge loft done entirely in reclaimed wood. The beauty of it was that there were people who were young, who were old, white, black, Hispanic, male, female, every size, every color, every ethnicity in this room. And what tied us all together is that we all sell on eBay. And they flew out a whole team from, as they kept calling it, which was weird, the mothership in California. I met Harry. I never remember how to say his last name. Harry Timken. He is the vice president of seller experience at eBay. He works out of the New York City office. And I actually got introduced into it personally, which was very cool. But he was the big part of the presentation. And I thought what was most important as a takeaway to share with you was why they did item specifics. Is that the newer generation, not old fogies like me, I mean, when I search eBay, I just type in that I'm looking for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Burner deck times 3 because that's what the 14-year-old wants. Younger generation really using item specifics. They're using that left menu. And if you've got item specifics on your listing, you're pulling for more people. Google, they're saying, also pulls from that information. So I'm noticing a lot of sales from zero feedback people. These are people who probably searched the web, it came up in a Google search, and they go through the registration process for eBay purchasing it from me. And that goes hand in hand with the other big thing, which is managed payments. I am not all managed payments because I am a participant in global shipping. Oh, there we are. I think it's great that we have people who ship on their own. That's not something I have the ability to do. My post office is living hell. So I do global shipping through eBay. But with managed payments, their big push is that it will be rolled out. They're not going to make anybody go onto it until it's truly ready, but it should be a seamless process. And this was very logical to me. Right now, you place an order with eBay, and as a seller, you get that confirmation. You get a confirmation from PayPal. Think about what your customer gets. They're getting confirmations from eBay and PayPal. Different countries have different payment mechanisms. They're going to be the portal, and they're bringing the technology to accept Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, and all of the different ways people are paying in the modern era, not like X.com, which was the precursor to PayPal way back when. So they're bringing it all under one roof. They are excited. And I also want everybody to know that Harry truly apologized to the entire crowd for October 15th. He's like, we know he screwed up. And we're really sorry about what happened with the item specifics, and we're trying to get better at what it is that we do. So I thought that that was really cool. And they gave out swag bags. Yes. I got a really cool tote. I got thank you cards and different colored tape and lots of other cool stuff. And it was just really nice. I think that what's important, guys, is that we have communities like Tony's group, Courtney's group, Bolo Buddies, Dom's group, the Resource Reselling Center. We can lead very insular lives doing what it is that we do. It's the beauty of the internet and folks like Tony who are creating groups where we have interaction. Your great moderator staff. Hello to everybody on Tony's mod staff. You guys do a killer job every single day. We are our family. We are our support system. And I hope that Thrifty Thrifters can be a part of that and everybody's lives. So I also want to give a shout out to you, Tony. You have always been kind. You have always been supportive. And I appreciate your friendship. Thank you.
Whoa.
And
I'm feeling humble.
If you ever want to bribe me, Starbucks.
I'm feeling humble over here.
Thank you. To my heart. Starbucks.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. All right, we're moving on, and we're going on to our next segment, which is where we cover our members' super sweet sales of the week. And that is where I pick some good ones and no real order, or I didn't play favorites. I just picked some that I could yap about because I like to yap a little bit. So, Maddy, I'll do a little spiel about them, and then if you know anything or don't know anything about them, you can add your 2 cents. This might be a little difficult to see. This was offered to us by Joe Christian, yes. This was the souvenir plate of French Lick Springs, which is actually the home of Larry Bird. Thank you, James Veronis, for that little tidbit. This was purchased for $2 and sold for $137.69. Okay.
Wowie kazowie.
Yeah, for real. This was bought in a lot of plates. Joe got a bunch of plates at an estate auction bought from the prominent family in the small town uh, Bolivar, Missouri. The name of the family was the Dunnigans, and they owned the local bank. So Joe got a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of other plates, and I'm hoping that some more sales came out of the rest of those plates. You ever had any success with selling plates, Maddie?
I have not sold plates. I did find a mini Pyrex beaker this week, like a little actual beaker made by Pyrex and Corning. I glass intimidates me. I think that plate though is super cool, and I'm so glad I got to see it because now I know what to look for, sort of.
Yes. All right. So this next one, you can barely see it, but that's the best picture I got. This one was brought to us by Kelly Hitchcock. This is a vintage Tiffany
Ooh.
Company bow box. It's actually porcelain, and it's sold for $75 plus $6 shipping. She got it from a garage sale for $1.
Wow.
And many of you know that empty boxes sell on eBay. Um, and there's a few more examples I can give you that I have seen of boxes selling with nothing in it. Rolex boxes, Tiffany boxes, example A, shoe boxes, baseball card, basketball card sets, like the box that the set came in, the original one that says like the year, liquor boxes, toy train boxes, just the box, even like Lego sets. Um, yeah, it's crazy. Don't underestimate the value of a box.
Especially a Tiffany box.
Yeah, especially a Tiffany box or a Rolex box.
It's kind of a neat little thing about Tiffany is that color blue, which is a shade of eggshell blue, is a trademark Tiffany blue color. I mean, the Tiffany box is iconic. So I think that's great. And is that Mercari? Does that because
Uh,
it looks like
no,
it's
this is actually eBay. I just kind of
eBay? Oh, okay.
get the closest picture of it.
No worries. That's very cool. Ooh.
Ooh, ooh, ah. So this was brought to us by James Varounis. I sorry, bro, if I mispronounced your name. It's the vintage ceramic Christmas tree. This sucker sold at auction for $219.50 plus $17.80 shipping. Mr. James Varounis paid $10. He sourced this at a thrift store. Um, a little bit about these is they first came out in the 40s, the 1940s, that is, and they hit it big in the 1970s. The first design was by Atlas Molds, but most of the ones you'll find in the thrift stores or garage sales were made by Noel's. So
Kramer is also really big as well, Tony. Kramer with a C.
Kramer's, okay.
Kramer. I actually recently sourced one. It's similar to that. I can't tell if that has a base. Mine has an angel base. Um, I paid $1 for mine. I'm working on getting some replacement bulbs. Neat side note, if you're not familiar with these trees, those are not really bulbs. They're plastic pieces that sit in holes, and
Like
then a light bulb comes up and just helps it glow and illuminate. So they're not really individual bulbs. My piece was done by an amateur. Like, remember, I don't know, when you were a kid, you would go to stores and like paint stuff at the ceramic shop.
uh-huh.
That's what many of these were. There are professionally made ones. There are Facebook groups dedicated to this, which is where I've learned because I sourced one. I think it was Courtney who mentioned that it was a bolo in her group.
Probably.
I know it's been talked about in other groups. So when I started, I was like, how much? And they were like, would you pay $1? And I'm like, even if it doesn't work, I'll pay $1. And it worked. So I think that that's a great one. And I hope mine does half as well.
Yep. And I always wondered if they got the idea for Light Bright from these. You know how these are like
I
little
wonder
tags?
what Yeah, it's a very similar concept. You're
Yeah.
smart.
Oh, don't tell my wife that. Okay, let's go on. We are moving on. This one was brought to us by Lisa Steigerwald. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. I believe that's correct, but you know, I'm just guessing here. This is the McDonald's Happy Meal Magic Snack Maker Hamburger French Fry Shake Pie Frozen Lot. So McDonald's is, you know, pop culture, and these are vintage. There's also one where it's basically a little drive-through with the windows that open up in and out, and you can act out your McDonald's uh, love for McDonald's food. You know, as a kid, we all love McDonald's, and now I'm wondering what I was thinking. But, you know, you kids love this stuff. So this sold for $129.99 plus $19.91 shipping. She shipped this
Wow.
sucker FedEx. Kudos. She paid $10 total for this. She paid $8 for most of it at a community garage sale, and the other half of it she got for $2 at a salvage company. So always look for anything that is vintage McDonald's. Obviously, there's a market out there for it.
I'll say always comp it if it's an Olympic McDonald's piece because the markets are really, really flooded with Olympic pieces. That doesn't mean that they won't do well, but I've learned the hard way that if it's Olympics and McDonald's, to really triple check it because even if it's only $1, I don't know if I need to bring more into my house. My husband will kill me. So
Shop
just that
wisely.
caveat.
That's always a good tip.
Well,
Shop wisely.
yes, absolutely.
And this
So
one,
what's that?
this is yours, Maddy Strauss. This is the one new Watt Stopper single relay room controller. You said your son sold this one.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, wait. Is it a Maddy Strout?
I love it.
There may be someone with a similar name to you. Who knows? Okay,
I'm Strauss, like Levi Strauss.
right. Yeah, I know that, but I did a brain fart. So
I'm very sad I'm out of coffee. Just
this
think.
sold for $100. It was sourced free at a retail trash out. So 100% profit here. $100 bill from the garbage all day.
I want to learn what a retail trash out is.
You know, in my notes here, I have a question mark next to retail trash out because I've never heard that before. And
we have something called Shop and Swap in New York City where people can bring their stuff to a community-based location chosen by the city of New York, and you just bring your stuff in and then you can take what you want. It's very competitive here in New York City. It's actually worse than the bins because it's totally free and people just like grab and make piles and use their bodies to protect things, and I don't need anything that badly. But I have donated there. I'm thinking it's similar. We need to track this lady down because she needs to be my new best friend.
yes,
just putting that out there.
I agree. Next, oh, we already looked at that one. This one is found by my local pal Grant Tharp. Shout out to Grant Tharp and GC Vintage. I'm doing a vintage show coming up here on the 24th in O-Town, down at the Abbey. So I'm going to have all my records and tapes and CDs and all my vintage stuff, not CDs, video game stuff like that. And it's going to be fun. So this is the Vintage Sheridan silver plate 13-piece punch bowl set. Purchased for $9.99. Sold for $139.99.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think that the reason why this sold, or one of the big selling points, is the fact that it has all the cups,
almost 50 minutes.
all the cups and
It's
the
gonna
the
be
ladle.
50 minutes, bro.
Get out of here. We got the all the cups, the ladle, and the bowl. So that's always a nice thing to have everything there. Maybe Sheridan silver is a thing. Um, it's a complete set, and that's always a plus. Any experience with this kind of stuff, Maddie?
No, and usually with my experience, I would never find the full set. So if the price was right and I did decide to do it, I would probably part it out a la carte, almost like a replacements.com piece for people who are maybe missing the ladle or need one or two cups, things like that.
Right. Okay, this one is, Becky Dick sourced this sucker. This is a Junie Joe Eustace silver cuff bracelet, weighed 36 grams, sold for $249.95. She paid
Wow.
36 bucks per gram to the scrapper. Okay. Note to self, I apparently need to find a jewelry scrapper. Like, why would you do that if you're a jewelry scrapper? I don't understand. But no, Matt, who cares? Kudos to you, Becky. That's 250 bucks.
I am in awe. I know nothing about jewelry. I lost over 100 pounds, and when I did, I'm not giving anybody the finger. I'm not good at this. I stopped wearing my wedding band and ring because it became loose, and my engagement ring is actually my mom's, who's no longer with us. It was the only jewelry I've ever worn. It's not something I've bought or purchased, but I think that this is so awesome. And I must need new trifocals because it's so small. But I love the way she takes the picture showing the item on the scale in the listing. I think that that's brilliant. I would have never thought of that.
Yeah, because they do it by gram. All the jewelry
Right.
people, they want to know how heavy it is. So awesome, Becky.
Makes sense to me.
All right.
Oh,
Isn't that beautiful? 'Tis the season. This is from Barbara K. Colson. She also runs a kick butt vintage group. This is an outdoor Christmas Snoopy display. She purchased this at $10 at a yard sale. And it looks, how did it make it this long? This is vintage. She sold this for $193 on Etsy. Tell me that wouldn't look good in your yard.
well, that would look weird in my yard, but I love you doing it. The neighbors might question us a little bit, but I love it. I love Charlie Brown, and I love Charlie Brown Christmas. My husband looks a little bit like Charlie Brown. Shh, he's kind of bald. Love Mr. Thrifty. But I think that is so awesome. I wonder, you don't happen to have the specs on that, the height and the width on it. I'm wondering how it was shipped.
I do not. She said that after shipping and fees, she made 150 bucks profit.
Wow.
Yeah, for 10 bucks all day, twice on Sunday.
Hey.
As a wise man named Sasha always says. And our last one, it's this bad boy right here.
Oh my God.
This out. This screams Judas Priest right here. Does it not? So this is from Melissa Lentz. She sells lots of clothing. This is the UMR vintage black leather jacket. Motorcycle dudes or chicks.
Dudettes.
Or dudettes.
Thank you.
Yes. Wear this kind of stuff. And it's from the 80s. She paid 20 bucks at a thrift store. Like, how did this ever make it to the racks? I really don't.
This is for 20 bucks. That would be like 120 where I live.
I'm surprised it wouldn't be more. So she sold for $240 with $15 shipping. I saw she posted this in the thrifting board. She was advised to list this sucker for $350. Um, but it didn't last long. Somebody sent her an offer, and she was like, "I got $20 into this. It's gone. Take the
See
money
ya.
and run. Take the money and run." All right.
Nice.
So for our next segment, can you feel a little headspace while I look something up?
So I've been putting out the links, guys. The Rakuten Ebates link. Again, it's a shopping portal. You do get a $10 bonus. You do need to spend $25 within not within a certain amount of time, and it doesn't need to be with one merchant. If you did $10 with eBay and 20 with Amazon in one of those categories, once you hit that, you earn it. And what's also neat is that if you don't meet the $5 threshold from the quarterly payout, you never lose it. It rolls over to the next quarter. So it's not like, oh, I only made $4.30. That's bye bye. I wasted my time. You're not wasting time. It's clicking and just going through a portal. That money just adds up. And don't think that just because there's a 1% kickback, oh, that's not worth it. We all know that it adds up. 1% here, 2% here. I got new boots. I mentioned them while we were waiting for Tony from Kohl's. I had a 30% off coupon. They were on sale. I did use my Kohl's credit card to be able to get free shipping, not the credit card that I get the kickback on, but I earned 2% back from Kohl's. That's more money in my pocket. I'll post that up again for you, the Junking Data Girl. So you would actually sign up through that, and then in my group, 50 Thrifters, there is an entire unit to be able to learn all about Rakuten, formerly Ebates. So that way, pardon me, guys, you can get the ins and outs of some of my tricks. You can also always message me. I'll get back to you. I do have a part-time gig when I'm not reselling and taking care of my family, but I will answer. Oh, look, Brenda gets the big fat checks. I get the big fat checks via PayPal, which is great. It's money in your pocket that you're leaving on the table. And we as resellers never, ever like to leave money on the table.
It's in our nature. I just remembered the one I use, and it's called My Points. You have any My Points?
I used to like My Points a lot more. They used to send out emails where you could click and you'd get a lot more points. I find that I accrue faster with Ebates. That doesn't mean that My Points is bad or negative. There have been times. You Promise is also another portal. What's nice about You Promise is that money goes into college savings programs. In New York State, our program is called a 529 New York Saves. Every state has a educational program that also helps lower your tax burden, and that money can be used by anybody in my household to further their education. So if I see that You Promise is doing, 25% back and Ebates is doing 2% back, well, I can make that choice. But remember, I can put it away for my son to go to college, or I can put it in my pocket and buy him Yu-Gi-Oh cards. He's going to pick Yu-Gi-Oh cards every time.
You're a wealth of knowledge. That's awesome.
I don't blame him.
That's awesome. All right, that is okay. On to the next segment, which is our bread and butter items. These are just going to be my items. So bread and butter items are items that sell consistently over and over. They sell relatively fast, and you get excited. At least I do whenever I find them, because I have experience selling them over and over. I know they're going to sell, so I'm like, oh, I found one again! Yay! So yeah, and they keep the lights on. So bread and butter. Oh, that'd be nice right now. No butter in this house. That's another story. Right here.
I like bread and butter. I like bread and cheese.
All right, here we have 1984 Van Halen cassette tape, sealed. sold. I sold like 3 of these this week. A while
Wow.
ago, I found a guy on eBay who sells. He's got a bunch of sealed cassette tapes, and I have probably 50 Van Halen sealed cassette tapes. I bought them for $5 a piece. Um, that's a little steep, but it's a sealed tape, and I sold 3 of them just this week, and it's Thursday. Okay, so I'm eating into
Nice.
that profit pile has been paid for many moons ago. And yeah, sealed tapes all day, twice on Sunday. Okay, here's another one. This is the Time Life Treasury of Christmas Spirit. It's a double CD from 1987. This is by Time Life magazine. I took a deal on these because I have probably 10 of these. I find these suckers all the time, at the thrift store. They're there. You will find this. Just make sure both CDs are in there. And some of them are 2 CD sets, come in 2 different cases. But this one, you see the spine, it says 2 CDs, and they're inside there. Yeah, I took a best offer, no big deal. I got 50 cents into this, 30 or 50 cents. So all day, Let's go to the next one. All right. So this is a Xbox 360 game. I found this one. I got it for 33 cents. It's in the little. A lot of people pass up the Xbox 360 games that are in the little cardboard sleeves. Exhibit A of why you should not pass them. I got this for 50 cents, I think.
Wow.
At the Goodwill outlet. Nobody looks at the media. They're all fighting over clothing. You can have that. You can have that stuff. That stuff's got nastiness in it. So I find myself in the media section. That's no, I'm not judging the people who do amazing selling clothes. This is my thing right here. Okay. So
Nice.
that is it for the bread and butter.
I like bread and butter. Sorry.
Having a little too much fun here. Okay. We're almost done. We're going a little long today. I'm just having fun, and I think Maddie's probably having some fun too. So we are doing the Chris Brown had this wonderful idea. The man is full of amazing ideas. The car parts genius. Chris Brown, what's up? So we are doing a little drawing for those of you who voted this last week and performed your civic duty. There will vote. Please vote. Well, if you don't vote, then you got nothing to say. That's all I got to say about that. So we had 17 people out of 4,000. I think we can do better. Maybe you just didn't pay attention, or you didn't get your sticker. Maybe that's it. So we're gonna do a little drawing. I got my electronically generated number drawer here. Let's see. Drum roll.
Sorry, Tony.
Bam!
What's
Number.
the nap?
You probably can't see that. Let me looky look. See who number 10 is. Let me write that down because I'm a man and I will forget.
But
Sorry,
you
Matt.
admit it.
You are number 18. Hey, I know these things. 14, 12.
There was an 18, Chris, but that was me, and I was doing it to just participate. Don't worry about that.
Hey,
It's all good.
Keith Thu, you are our big winner. Wait a minute. I think Mr. Keith, I think he's an Ohio guy. So Chris, you might get away with just delivering your goodies to him. So Chris has got a swag bag for Mr. Keith Thu. He got some good stuff from eBay Open. Probably some of that stuff that Maddy got, some bumper stickers or something like that. Maybe some surprise stuff. You are our big winner for the voting contest.
Congratulations.
Congrats. And last but not least is our TCR promoted seller drawing. Can you talk for a few seconds while I find that?
Sure. So this was, I'm going to talk about, I'm sure that Chris got a lot better swag at eBay Open, but we had pigs and blankets with an open bar that had wine and beer. And surprise, surprise, if I'm not drinking coffee, I'm drinking Diet Peach Apple. So I had it in my bag, which was a vintage Coach bag that I got for $5 at an estate sale, because that's how I roll. I did get a bunch of these bumper stickers. I'm going to be using them as prizes in my group, Thrifty Thrifters. And we got that kind of tote bag. What's cool is I got pink and blue eBay tape. I got the thank you cards. I got some Tyvek envelopes. Oh, have you guys seen, Courtney? I know in your group you talked about the eBay stickers. There's actually you can get these with your store credit. These, I believe, are the special colors that are the holiday edition. There were some bubble mailers and the 6x4x4 boxes. So they gave that out. But the best part of all, and no, I'm not giving this away because I love you all, but I love myself more. They gave us these cards that have a $10 coupon, good for anything on eBay. Yes, you can see I'm a couponer. You always cover your coupon code because I don't trust any of you. I'm from Brooklyn. Sorry. So that was like made it all worth it because it took me 2 hours to drive there because Brooklyn. And then I had, did I tell you this, Tony? I actually, on the way home, I drove down the Prospect Expressway and I made the wrong turn. I was trying to loop around and I was so tired. I made a right turn on a one-way street the wrong way. And people are like, get out of it. Yeah, it's not one of my finer moments, but I survived and I'm here.
Oh, thank
and
God.
I have a sticker to prove it.
All right. So thank you for filling some blood space there. Our TCR promoted seller is great to take part in. This week we had 63 people sign up for it, and that's a new high or a new big number for us for people who want to take part in that. We support each other in this group, and it brings us closer together when we buy stuff from each other. If you're going to buy from somebody, why not buy from somebody in this group? And you'll probably get a good deal. Send an offer. Holla at me. So make sure if you didn't get a number in the drawing, make sure I'll put it up on Sunday. Get your number and get in that drawing because we can help kick off an excellent weekend of sales for you. So without further ado, let's do our TCR promoted seller drawing.
I actually played drums. Boom!
Number 18. Okay. This is going to be fun because that is way, way up there in the comments.
I love Kathy's comment while you're looking. We need a list of admin stores. Maybe that's something you can put up as a post with a pin, Tony, so that way we have a link to all of your admin stores.
Okay,
of course yours.
I think this past week somebody did that.
Okay.
So
we'll look, Kathy.
Yes, the big winner is number 18, which is Leslie Marks. Marks. Yay! I'm you that you won. You won the TCR promoted seller. Sorry, fat fingers of the week. All right, mental note. All right, so we're about done here. Leslie Marks, you're the big winner of the TCR promoted seller drawing. Keith Thu, you won the voting drawing. So, hey, back up. It's almost your time to shine. Thank you, Maddie, for coming and dropping a bunch of knowledge on us. I'm gonna have to
Thank you
watch.
for having me, Tony.
Yeah.
It was an honor.
Yes.
You were my first.
Nah, oh God, I'm in trouble. So everybody, go over to go.
By the way, I don't drink, just so that everybody knows that this
So,
is. I am not at all like. I love you, man.
Drifters, join her group as I'm trying to keep it together. Woo!
I love you, man.
Oh boy. Yeah, don't forget to go over to Thrifty Thrifters and subscribe. There should be a link in the live chat. Thank you for those of you who tuned in. Thank you to my kids that you didn't interrupt too much or ruin the show. Thank you.
Hello,
Okay,
beautiful.
All right.
okay, kids.
Like, subscribe, and can you please get Dad to send me 5 subscribers, please, and thank you. Let's go for 5 subscribers. Let's see you in the next live show.
Okay, all right.
This was 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Woohoo! 1 hour and 10 minutes. That's
I
a-
need an assistant like that. Is he available for hire?
Okay,
Tony, can I
What?
hire him to be my assistant?
do what?
I need to hire your children to be assistants. I have a 14-year-old who like barely talks to me. They're so kind and helpful. No, they're beautiful, Tony. They're beautiful children.
Thank
Be
you
very proud. Thank you again. Mwah.
Bye. Bye.
Peace.
Peace out.
Oh. Yeah.